All right, so warm up for today is 30 suitcase squats, so just like the close leg squats where you're those guys. 50 jumping jacks and 30 Russian twists. Glad I changed that. So 30 close leg squats, 50 jumping jacks, and then 30 Russian twists. All right, go. All right, neck rotations. Oh, wait. Did I slow down? Sorry. Like on my screen, Jen and Sarah over there. Reverse neck rotations if you're doing neck rotations. Up and down. Side to side. Ear to shoulder. Shoulder circles. Reverse. Across your chest. Right, on all fours. Cat, cow. All All right, right arm underneath left arm. Come back up, switch to the other side. Come back up. All right, keeping your leg at a 90-degree angle, rotate your leg forward. Try to keep your hips parallel to the ground. Reverse direction. Straight up and down in that 90-degree angle. Right, other leg rotations. Reverse. Up and down. All right, from here, left leg goes forward, knee off the mat, rotate up. Switch arms. Both arms down, drop the back knee, straighten the front leg, lean forward. Back up, collapse that leg in front of you. Both hands up. Both hands down, reaching forward. Come back up to all fours. Switch legs. Prop up the back knee. One arm goes up. Switch arms. Both hands back down. Drop the back knee, straighten the front leg, lean forward. Come back up, collapse that leg in front of you, both arms up. Both arms down, reaching forward. Back up. Right. Time. On your back, hip escape. Same thing on your forearm, hip escape. And then turn around, escape, escape. Same motion on your hand. All right, same thing. At the end of your third one, come up to a technical stand up. Come back down. Technical stand up. Switch sides. All right, next thing, the sit out progression in the same spot. So here, sit out, turn around, move your hand, sit out, turn around. All right, next, I don't know what to call it, but it's that one where there's, if you're like attacking the legs, like whatever. Imagine two legs, and I'm hip thrusting, dropping my knee, touching that leg. Come back, the hip thrust kind of thing, drop my knee. Here. Yeah. What is that called? Sarah's coming close to the camera. Whatever that's called. Low single. Leave that wrong. Outside single leg, swing single. Okay. It's a low single kind of thing. Yes, okay. Switch it up. Next one, the hip thrust to, so I'm just do it. Hip thrust, switch, pivot, back. Hip thrust, switch my step, pivot, and rotate. Switch, pivot, rotate. Switch, pivot, rotate. Next, last one, armbar escape. All right, time. Get some water, get your dummies out. We're mostly gonna do arm things, but at the end, or the last one we're gonna do, we're gonna put our own gi on. So if you wanna grab that for later, we're only doing one thing with a gi top. Unless you want to wear it throughout this entire thing, that's also cool. All right. Everybody back. Yeah. Can't see Jen. Gotta assume Jen's there. Okay, so we're gonna start in S mount. So right now I'm in regular mount. I'm going to scoot one knee up and behind the shoulder, and I'm low, and then I'm gonna pull up this other arm and get around so I can get into the S mount. So the first one we're doing is just the regular arm bar here. So I'm in the S mount tight, grabbing the wrist area or upper forearm, grabbing the leg, either at the knee or underneath, and coming over to finish the arm bar. So you guys all know that one. But say that the person is, what I was doing the other day, doing any sort of like trying to save their arm and you can't quite get it, right? So you have your arm here and I can't get it. So instead of here, I'm going to take out this arm and I'm going to dig it in through this hole that they've created either by S grip or the figure 4 grip as they try to save their arm. So I'm going to take my arm out from the arm bar. I'm going to go in through that hole. I'm going to hold on to the shoulder, the tricep area or shoulder. I'm going to put my hand on the other side, close to their hip. I'm going to put my weight on the side of my foot, and I'm on the ball of my foot, on my back foot, and I'm going to lift my hips up, and I'm going to fall on to this side, near their armpit. So I'm using this tripod, this foot, my back foot, my hand right here, to come here. From here, I'm going to, this is the faster way is to just keep my foot underneath the neck and make sure that it's tight here. And then I'm going to use this hand that was on the floor on the side of the hip, grab at the wrist, pinch my knees, come back. So we're going to do the regular arm bar and the switch arm bar. You can also put your leg over the head for the switch. You just might not have enough time. So I'm just going to show it all. If you got it, do it. I'm just going to repeat without saying any words. There we go. Regular arm bar. Come back to the S mount. Here. Get it. Pinch your knees, Cassie. Make it all tight, even though it's a dummy. Actually, you should do it even tighter because it's a dummy. So that when you're doing it on a real person, you'll like overdo it. Good, Michelle. I can never see Jen doing it. I assume you're doing it right. So good job, Jen. That works. Good. Right there. Mm-hmm. All right, time. Actually, was that enough time? All I do is sit and watch, so yeah. Okay, so now we're going to address if they try to turn into you and put their elbow on the mat, so you can't get the arm bar anymore. So you're here in S mount, and I'm trying to get this arm bar, but they turn into me and they're still protecting as well. And they turn into me, their elbows on the mat. I know I'm not gonna get this arm bar anymore, but I'm still in control here. So what I'm gonna do is usually they're tight, holding this tight. I'm going to put both hands on the forearm, one at the wrist, one at the mid of the forearm. I'm gonna pull. I'm going to drop the hand that's closer to the head. I'm going to drop that down, push, wait, this is the wrong way. Sorry. I'm doing it on the other side. So they'll be going that way, not that way. So they're doing the figure four. I'm going to still grab the forearm and the wrist up, and I'm going to drop my hand closer to the legs because we're doing the figure four grip. I'm going to drop that down. I'm really not going to disconnect. I'm just going to drop it down and through, grabbing my own wrist here, and I'm going to finish the Americana. I'm going to make sure that my S mount is still tight. If I let it loose, my Americana might not work. But here, everything's just tight. I want to be in a dominant position, so Americana. So figure four, they put their elbow to the mat. I'm going to grab, pull, drop, get that lock, and get the Americana. Yeah? That makes sense. So make your dummy do a figure four grip. I made mine do not a figure four grip. And you're attacking the opposite arm, the one that's, yeah, that one. Yes, Amy. Sorry. Yes, Amy. Yes. So you're doing a Kimura right now, which is what I was doing at first. So make sure that your dummy is doing a figure four grip. So if I'm attacking this armbar, right, they usually wrap here and wrap here. They're doing that usually. So I'm going to grab here, up, and I'm doing the Americana. So the hands are upwards towards the head. Yes. Yeah. You can do the Kimura too from there. It's just unlikely that their arms will be facing that way. Unless they're trying to get an underhook. So you actually want to keep your leg there, Amy. You can elevate it more with your leg there, yeah. And you're even elevating their shoulders, so it'll make it harder. Like everything's black in your screen, Michelle. I'm like, I think you're doing it correctly, but your like pants are black and the gi on it are black. Yes, you're doing it correctly, I think. All right. This one is fairly straightforward, I think. So now we're going to address if they turn away from you. So time. And we'll do this in unison. So this one's a little harder, and I think I might switch it up. So on Wednesday we were doing I'll go to this side. So I'm in the S mount, and they're turning away from me, and they're trying to get on their knees. They're turning this way, and they're trying to get on their knees, and usually they'll succeed in getting on their knees. So my arm was originally here, and I can't get it. I can still surf over them. So I'm making my leg light. This hand is at the hip again. And this is a transitional thing, so it's hard to actually hit. So I'm here, and I'm coming over, and I'm tucking my leg in as I'm putting my butt on the ground. I'm going to put it on the ground in a second, but I'm making sure that this arm that I had the arm bar on, I'm going to tuck the wrist to my hip. So I'm coming all the way over, tucking that to my hip, and finishing the omoplata. Alternatively, because I probably am not flexible enough to finish that omoplata in transition, I like coming over as they're like surf on them and as they're turning. And especially since I have this arm already, they're turning and they both have probably both arms holding on, but they're turning onto their knees. I'm going to come over. My shin is going to go up to the back of the neck, and I'm going to turn downwards and get that face down armbar. But it's a matter of surfing on them. So those are your two options if they're turning away from you and you're in the S mount. So the first one's an omoplata, and the second one is a face down armbar. So if you got it, do it. I'm going to show it again without talking. Minor. Turn. Turn. Here. Forward. And here. Turn. All right, let's see it. Jen's looking at me confused. That's problematic. Omoplata one? Do it again? Nod yes, Jen. Or no? No, not omoplata one?
Oh, either one. Do one of them again.
Okay. So, let me face the dummy this way. But I'm going to end up going that way. So I'm here in an S mount, and they're trying to save their arm. I'm already attached to this arm, and this is hard to do because you have to maneuver the dummy as you're maneuvering yourself. So they're turning. I do this all the time to you guys. I do this all the time. And I'm trying to get on my knees. I know that you're attacking this arm and it's not tight enough. And I know it, so I'm trying to break it because I can use my shoulder to break your wrist is not stronger than my shoulder usually, right? So I'm trying to turn to my knees so that you get the base part of my shoulder and all the weight of my body going face down. So I'm here on top, and this person is turning all the way down. They're going to get on their knees. And you're gonna lose that arm bar. So instead, I'm riding that wave, riding them moving out that way. I'm gonna put my hand on the ground. This is my S mount. It's still there. I'm going to make myself light, this leg light here. I'm gonna put it over the head, and then both of my knees are gonna turn that way. Or both of my legs are gonna turn that way. So now I'm sitting omoplata. And a lot of the time I probably won't finish in that proper omoplata. I will have to maneuver this here or attack his arm here. Right? Does that make sense? So it's a matter of, this is what I was doing the other day with Emmy. Your legs are here, and you're coming over and around. It makes sense when I do it with my fingers. All right, what's Sarah saying? Now I'm gonna do this to counter you. I know, shut up.
It's the movement we do with Molly all the time on the ground. Hey, Sarah, when you do the upside down armbar one, what happens to the S mount leg? Does it come out or does it go under the person? Because I know the other one comes behind the neck. But what happens to the one that was in the front S mount?
It seems to me in the rolling, as the partner's rolling, it goes under them, which is across their chest.
Okay, that's what I was
So-
doing. Okay.
Armbar position upside down.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you. Good to see you again, Coach.
I'm on my phone. Hold on. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with my iPad. Let's see if I can go back. All right, well, my iPad has decided it doesn't want to connect. How are you guys doing with this one? No, I have two. Okay. All right, cool. I'm back. Great. How was that? Enough time? Did that make sense? Omoplata or face down armbar? Cool. Okay. So get your gi tops on. I'm going to show one, just one lapel choke from mount. Okay. Okay. So this one is a near side. It'll make sense in a second. Near side lapel choke. So I'm gonna do my near side. My near side is this one right now, because I'm going to do the when we start doing the climbing up for the high mount. I usually don't jump all the way up like this because a lot of women are very guardy and will put both of their feet into your armpit, and then you're going somewhere else. So whenever I do this, I usually stay low, and then I always put only one leg up for that high mount first before I do anything else. So this is before I even get the S mount. I'm going to take my close lapel here. I'm going to pass it to the opposite hand and back to my original hand, but underneath the head here. And then I'm going to do sort of like an S mount where my leg is going to come around. I'm going to put my weight down and I'm going to get this leg, not underneath the arm, but pass all the way over the head. My gi is short, so pulling up the head all the way here. Go there. Here. So I have my lapel over their neck. My leg is over my own lapel here. I'm going to push my shin towards her head and then extend my back here. So if you got it, do it. I'm going to explain it again. So I'm here. I get my one leg up for that high mount. I'm going to take that close lapel, pass, and then pass back to the original arm. But now the lapel's underneath the head. I'm going to loosen that because my gi is short. My leg that does the S mount is actually going to come over. I'm going to put my butt onto them. And I usually, because the dummy's head comes up, probably a person's head will come up too. I'm going to push that down, get the leg over. I'm going to slide my butt that way here. Keep my shin on the side of their head. And then I'm going to extend back. I'm going to straighten myself. Does that make sense? Let's try it. I guess I can do it again, but let's see. Yep. I'm saying it to Amy. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, Kathy. I can't tell which side your legs are on. No, both legs have to be on the same side. So that, what is that? Your right leg has to go over the head. Yeah, and then it's gonna go over the lapel. Yep. Yeah, there you go. So put your butt on the ground. Yeah, that's how you're gonna choke them out, like that. Yep. So as you guys are getting this, I'm going to make a note that I will address not today, that when you get your legs like that and they have their arm, they will probably roll you over onto your back, but you can still choke them out. Yeah. Let me see it, Sarah, as you're looking at me. Scoot into the camera view. Yes. There you go. Yep. All the way over the head, Michelle. I know that's hard. It also helps to loosen it, loosen your lapel grip so that, you know, the head doesn't come up, especially on the dummies. All right, time. We are going to do this this choke and many other chokes on Wednesday. All lapel chokes, I think we're going to do on Wednesday. So we'll come back to this one and probably some from side control. All right, put away your dummies and your gi-tops. Alrighty, so today's thingy is wall sits, dolphin push-ups, high plank, shoulder touchy. Did I actually write touchy? I wrote touchy. Wall sits, diamond push-ups, high plank, knee touch, opposite elbow, because I don't know what the hell that's called, and then wall sits again. Switchy camera. So the two ones that you may not know, or you probably do. So high plank, shoulder touch thing, trying to keep your everything on the same plane, and then the high plank, knee touch the opposite elbow, thingamajig. Also trying to keep your shoulders and hips on the same plane. So we're gonna start with wall sits. Dolphins push-ups are the ones, they're also called like Hindu push-ups. So you start like in a downward dog, you come down here and back up. So it's not actually pushing up, it's wave. Okay, so that's 7 things. One app, turn on. That's 7 thingies, 45 seconds each, 10-second rest time, where I will tell you what the next thingy is. So the first ones are wall sits. Oh shit. Next ones are dolphin push-ups or Hindu push-ups, whatever you want to call them. Take this little shape on my shoulder. All right, next are the high plank shoulder touches. Back to wall sits. Next are diamond push-ups. Hands together in a diamond. Push-ups. Next are high planks. Knee touches opposite elbow. And back to wall sits. Last one. Alrighty. And that is the end. Was that enough drilling time? I felt like I was rushing things.
Oh, no, it's good. Yeah, I finished stuffing the new dummy I got.
You stuffed it?